Now, Geraint Thomas has enjoyed a glittering cycling career that has seen him crowned Tour de France champion and become a two-time Olympic champion. But his time in the saddle is coming to an end next month as he gears up for his final race, the Tour of Britain. Geraint joins us live now. Very good afternoon. Definite, yeah? No turning back? It's almost all over?
It's definitely almost all over, yeah. It's kind of a strange feeling. Sunday next week, we'll be finishing in Cardiff in the Lloyd's Tour of Britain, and that'll be me done. So, but after 19 years, it's definitely time to do something else now.
Have you thought much about that last stage and how you're going to feel when you ride through Wales for the last time in a competitive race?
I haven't really, to be honest. I think it's going to be, I think it'll be quite emotional. It's just a strange feeling. It's a bit like, Christmas. You kind of just, when you're a kid, if you feel like it's never going to come, it's always like somewhere over there, like it's always miles away. And that's kind of how it feels with this year, really. It's kind of like I knew it was going to be my last year for a while now, but it always seemed so far away. And then suddenly, it's a few days until the Tour of Britain starts, and then my final race in Wales, which is feels so lucky because there's not many athletes that get to finish when they want, let alone where they want. It's going to be a crazy day, I think.
You've said there that you've known for a long time that this was going to be the last year, but I'm always interested in the process of elite athletes retiring. Is it a case of waking up one morning and thinking, do you know what, I don't want to go out for that training ride today, and that's not a good sign? Or is it something that came on a little bit more gradually for you?
It was more a gradual thing, really, to be honest. I still really enjoy racing my bike, training, but we got a young family, and it just felt right. I didn't want to do one too many years, drag it out a bit too long and be that old grumpy guy on the bus who doesn't really want to race. So I think it's good timing. It seems perfect, really. I feel like I can still do a good job for the team, and still really enjoy it, but at the same time, I'm ready to sort of hang it up and just look at doing something else.
And you hang it up having achieved pretty much everything possible in the sport of cycling, both on the road and on the track as well. Let's start with the road and the Tour de France, which I assume for most cyclists becomes the big ambition, particularly if you're going down that road route. You'd seen Brad do it, Bradley Wiggins, you'd seen Chris Froome do it, then to do it yourself. Just put that into words for us.
Yeah, it's insane, really. Like, I did my first Tour de France in 2007, and just to finish the race took everything out of me. I was the youngest guy in the race at the time, and this year I was the oldest, so it was kind of full circle in that regard as well. But it was crazy, really. Seeing Brad do it really sort of inspired me to go after the best I could on the road. I didn't believe I could win the Tour at that point in 2012, but as the years went by and continued to improve, and was, as you say, a big part of like Chris Froome's wins and stuff. And suddenly I'm in a position where I'm more and more competitive, and it ends up, happening. I think it's just, it was amazing, really. How it I kind of feel like I got to experience all aspects of cycling. Like you say, I was on the track, and then the big one-day races, and then the shorter stage races, like 5-7 days long, and increasing up until the Grand Tours. And winning in 2018 certainly was massive and changed my life. It certainly just changed my life. Like, you're getting recognised in America, and you kind of expect it when you're in Cardiff, where you're from, but in France and Italy, and then was on a boat going to Alcatraz, and somebody was, people were asking for pictures, which was kind of weird. So it's been amazing.
Let's reflect on the track then. And I was there actually that day in the Velodrome, London 2012, when you won the team pursuit. The noise as you made your way around that Velodrome that day, it was quite incredible. Not many get to do it at a home games, but to win gold in the way you did, again, it's bucket list stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Like, the first Olympics in Beijing was amazing because it was also new and no pressure. But then, London, people were sort of hanging the medals around our necks before we even set foot in the Velodrome. It was because of the success previously. So there was pressure totally different, and being home Olympics, as you say, is once in a lifetime. And to perform there with, my best mates as well. Like, one of the lads, Clancy, was my best man. To do it with your best mates, like at home, and as you say, that atmosphere and support was just insane. And I just feel super lucky that the career I've had really, and yeah, it's just it doesn't really sink in. It still doesn't feel real. You know, if I think back to when I was a kid, sat in my parents' house, you know, in the front room, just watching the telly on the carpet, dreaming of being part of the Olympics or whatever, and seeing the tour and just wanting to be a part of it. To yeah, I've achieved what I have is pretty special.
It's funny though, Geraint, when you talk about your own memories as a kid there, and when you were watching bike riding, I mean, particularly on the track, there wasn't much in terms of British success at major championships. You were part of the most golden of eras. You, Chris Hoy, Vicky Pendleton, later on the Kennys, to be part of a team that has dominated track cycling for so long, as well must be massive.
Yeah, exactly that. And you know, obviously Sir Chris Hoy doing what he did, and as you say, Vicky Pendleton to start with, and I remember them coming to train before going to Athens in like 2004. They was down in Newport Velodrome. Now that velodrome's named after me, and that's crazy. But then yeah, to be part of that, the history of that British cycling and that success that we had, it was just infectious really. And you know, everyone was just performing and everyone wanted to be a part of it, and it was just on this massive roll. And you know, the training, you know, in those dark rainy days in Manchester was tough going, but we're all sort of in it together, and we were all sort of pushing each other, from you know, us on the endurance side and the team pursuit, to then the sprinters with, you know, Sir Chris and Vicky and all that. So yeah, it was an amazing time really, and just super lucky to have been a part of it all.
You mentioned there that there is a velodrome named after you in Wales. What do you hope overall that the Geraint Thomas legacy is for young cyclists coming through?
Well, I think, like, you know, teaming up with Lloyd's now for the Tour of Britain, just to inspire people and just get them on bikes, and you know, the joy of cycling, just to enjoy it and get kids going. And you know, we've set up a trust as well, Geraint Thomas Cycling Trust, which is, you know, there for exactly the same thing, you know, to get kids on bikes. So hopefully, you know, I'm finishing racing, but still got a lot to give to the sport, and just want to give something back. You know, I've got so much from it, and you know, if I didn't live a couple of miles from a velodrome in Cardiff, I never would have ridden a bike. So, you know, if we can get more kids just to enjoy it, you know, it's not about finding the next, you know, Tour de France winner, but there's so many other benefits from it. So it sounds a bit corny, but just spreading the joy.
One of the things that you said a few times over the course of this interview is you're so lucky to have done it, but it's not luck at all, Geraint, because of everything brilliant that you did yourself. So thank you very much for speaking to us this afternoon, and from sports fans who'll be watching, thank you very much for an incredible career.
Cheers, thanks a lot, appreciate it.